See, I've been thinking about you all day, just waiting for your call. Don't even really know what to say. Why I have to fall so hard, it's like I scraped my face right across the ground. So happy to be feeling this way. Guess you really turned me out, it's true. So into you, ain't nothing for you I wouldn't do. Promise all this tender loving is yours. I'll always hold you down. You're my everything, I swear I'm all yours. I'll always hold you down. Never let another take your place. I wish you can be sure that these women try all day. I feel so secure, so doesn't matter what they say. I'll stand by your side, talking to my dying day. Just a few lifetimes with you, point of view. Wanna make you feel the same way.
Hello.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, man, before we get into it, did you have a good holiday? Oh, I know you had a good holiday because
Yes,
I
was,
spent it with you.
yeah, it was relaxing.
It was relaxing. Hope everybody had a good holiday. If you celebrate a good, whether
Time
you
with
said,
family.
yeah, no matter what religion you are, I think we all like to look back and say, hey, I had a good year. I didn't have so good of a year. I had a bad year, but you know what? I'll do what I can within what I can to make this year a better one. So I know I'm in that class to try to do a little bit better than I did the previous year.
Absolutely.
And try to move things forward. So let's go ahead and get to it. It's been a couple of weeks since we didn't have a show last week, so we'll go ahead and get in. As we always do, like to introduce us for those who don't know us personally, which is a lot of you. I am Lamar. This is my wife, Sarah. Hey, Sarah. By day, I'm a finance manager, of course, husband, friend, and all that kind of fun stuff. And she is a nurse. Active duty is what I like to call it, because she's out there in the throes of the pandemic, dealing with all these people that act like they don't have no sense. You wouldn't, man, the stories that she's got. But anyway, maybe we need to talk about that one night. Have a show for our medical personnel that are out here dealing with the in the pandemic,
or just frontline people in general.
Frontline people in general, yes, because y'all are doing important and amazing things, and have been doing so nonstop for the last couple of years. So we really appreciate that. But let's get into it. So give a round of applause for everybody that's coming in. Our core principles. We'd like to go ahead and start with our core principles every night. Our core principles, number one, we believe in 80-20. Not 80-20 in our marriage, but also in life. Meaning that, hey, if you look at your marriage and say, these are the things I like to achieve in my marriage, all those things, if you get 80% of them, you're doing fantastic. The 20% that you don't get, you just got to charge it to the game. And that's just how life. Yeah, that's just how life is. And if you get 80% of something, you're doing exceptional.
And that's also how I live my eating habits. Yeah. I eat healthy 80% of the time. Yeah. Diet. Yeah. Or have whatever I want. The other 20.
Yeah, the other 20%, we down at Gus's Chicken. Gus's world famous chicken with some chicken in a 40 ounce. But anyway, all right, that's core principle number one, 80-20. Number two is date night. We find it very, very, very important to have date night at least once a week. We started that 9 years ago, and you know what? It's been, I was a little apprehensive at first, but you know what? I love it. Make sure there's something to look forward to every week. And lastly, we believe in a traditional marriage. That's the way we like to live our lives and our marriage. We do not, if you have other ways, they're non-tradition, not a problem by us. It's just the way that we like to live our lives. So we go ahead and give away to. Let's give a shout out to Miss Kim Bullitt for checking in. If you want to give a shout out, if you want to get a shout out, go ahead and just drop yourself in the chat so we can give you a shout out. So, Sarah, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you. I just repeated myself.
That's all right. That's okay. So tonight's topic is uncomfortable truths. So we'll also be discussing what is uncomfortable truths, what are some uncomfortable truths, and how to deal with uncomfortable truth.
That's right.
So those will be some of the questions we'll answer throughout the show, so you guys are aware of kind of what we'll be hitting on tonight.
Yes. And it's uncomfortable truths. It's you hear more about the what's it called, the good things in marriage, but there's a lot of things that are uncomfortable. Absolutely. And some things that you need to be able to talk about, talk with your partner about, and understand that, hey, these are some of the things that are going to
whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right. So if you let's go ahead and give a shout out to Miss Kim Bullitt, who's in the room watching.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us, Kim.
Appreciate your support.
Steve, thanks for checking in with us this evening. Thank you for watching as well. Let's give a shout out to them and to everybody who's watching on the replay. We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all and all that good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Am I up first?
You are up first, honey. You're always up first.
Yeah, put your man first. That's how the song should have went. Instead of put that woman first, put your man first. give it up for the man. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share, as we were kind of researching this particular topic, as we always do, we come across things that help us in regard to the subject at hand. And this one was a TikTok little video, 7 uncomfortable truths we all need to accept. And I know it's maybe a little hard for y'all to read, but I'll go ahead and read it to you because these were very interesting. You should either have a supportive spouse or no spouse. There is no third option. Now, that one doesn't need a lot of
explanation.
It does not. That is really, really kind of cut and dry. There's no in between, no straddling the fence, no slots, playing one side or middle of the tracks,
Either
whatever.
you support me or you don't.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Number two, if someone can't tell you their flaws, they have a dangerous lack of self-awareness.
Yeah, because we all know we have flaws.
Just some more than others.
Yeah, and that's okay. But you just got to be aware of those flaws. So if you meet somebody who say I don't have any flaws, you better run. As they say right now, red flag.
Yeah, that's a big red. That's 7 on them in a row right there. So the next one is the best revenge is getting yourself to a place where you no longer care about revenge. Let's give it up for that one.
That is a big one.
Yeah.
I've gotten to that place.
Yes.
Yeah. When you're younger, you feel like, oh, they did me this way, so I got to do that. Well, let me let you read through those.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. But, you feel like you got to be spiteful or do something like, oh, you did me that.
You
get back.
Get back.
Now you just know karma is karma will catch up with you. You don't have to, as they say, match people energy. I don't match nobody energy because whatever they got coming.
That's right. All right. So the next one, just because a relationship has lasted a long time doesn't mean it's working.
Ooh,
hot damn.
That's a good one.
Hot damn.
That is true. Now that's a real good one.
Yeah, just because you've seen somebody together a long time does not mean it's working right. They could be living together for a more important purpose. Maybe the children at home, maybe financial. A lot of people like that. No need of shaming them, calling them out, or saying this or that about it. Hey, it is what it is.
Or it also goes to say, people look at somebody else's relationship from the outside looking in. Don't try to mirror your marriage off of somebody else because you never know what they have going on behind closed doors. So just stay on your side of the yard.
Hey, now, that's good that you brought that up because, many, many years we've always heard this relationship goals as it's related to some celebrities. And I'm not going to name a couple of celebrities. Well, one in particular has been in the media here lately. Is that you realize once you see stuff that they go through the same stuff that most people do.
Absolutely.
So be careful, not what you necessarily wish for, but just understand we are all human.
Yes.
And we have an advantage. Well, most of us have advantages. We're not in the spotlight. We don't live our goods, our bads, and our horribles and all that stuff in the for the whole world to see. All right. So the next one, which is a really good one, which I like this one a lot. Self-respect comes from self-control.
If they say, if you're not in control, you're out of control.
Facts. You're not in control, you're out of control. So, it's just self-respect. You can only, that's a feeling. Respect is a feeling, and it has to come from within, like we always say. That's a good one. So the next one, it says, don't let your time and energy leak from social media, overthinking, and meaningless relationships.
Don't let your time and energy
leak from social media, overthinking, and meaningless relationships. So basically what it's saying is don't spend too much of your energy on those things, because let me tell you something. I hate using this word, but I'm gonna use it to put it in context. Social media is very toxic in a lot of ways. It is. I believe that it's the goods, if that's what you use it for, heavily outweigh the bads. But
I think this day and age, for sure,
it gives a false sense of reality to a lot of people. And now that social media has been around a while, it is very, very, what's that word? Impressionable. So, so we're going to leave that one right there. And lastly, if you always think your happiness is somewhere else, it'll never be where you are. Hot damn.
As they say, let me snap on that one.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I can admit on this one. I went through a period of destination syndrome where I was thinking like, man, if I do this and I do this and I be able to get this, or I'll get to this point and I'll be happier. And you get there and it's like a temporary happy, but it doesn't last.
If you're not happy with yourself right now, no matter where you go, You'll never be happy.
Yes. So, when it comes to either cars, the house, the job you want, the person you want. Now, I will admit, I had a Dodge Charger that brought me a lot of happiness for 3 years. I rode that thing everywhere. Man, that was a fun car. But anyway, I might give me another one.
I don't know if we call it happiness, but it brought you joy.
It brought me lots of joy.
Yeah.
It brought me lots of joy.
It was a fun time for you.
Oh, yeah, fun time. Even though people used to walk up because I had to. If y'all never seen it, I had the Grizzlies logo. I'm gonna show a picture of one time. Grizzlies logo on the hood and on the sides and stuff like that. And it was a nice color. And people used to walk up to me and I had my windows down. It just scared the shit out of me. Like, hey man, that's a nice car. Yeah. So I was like, what the hell? So, but yeah. Anyway, all right. So those are the 7 uncomfortable truths we all need to accept. My wife is going to go here into some additional ones that we do have that I think will bring a lot of light to tonight's topic. So why don't you go ahead and...
So just to define uncomfortable it's just not being comfortable, and it's a feeling, a cause of discomfort or uneasy. You're just uncomfortable, or that is the definition of uncomfortable, a feeling of unease, basically.
Yeah.
So with that being said, the first question is, what are some uncomfortable truths? So,
can I mention one?
Yeah.
So this is one I've mentioned in past broadcasts about feelings, and one uncomfortable truth is feelings. They change.
Well, that was actually my first. That was.
Is it? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder, baby.
I need you to chime in.
But feelings are fleeting, meaning that you'll feel a certain way about your spouse today. You may feel it and go through periods where you don't, because feelings come and go. They're stronger and weaker at times.
And you have to know that that's normal. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with him or her. It is just part of life.
Yeah. And that goes back to the self-confidence thing that we mentioned there. When you are self-confident in yourself, when you're confident in yourself, then you do understand those particular
or just being happy with your own self. You're not seeking,
validation from someone else. Yep.
And just to kind of piggyback off of that, you just have to understand that thrill and excitement will die down in your marriage. Of course, it's exciting in the beginning of marriage, but you got to understand that dies down. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's normal, Those are some uncomfortable truth that people don't want to realize, that that excitement is not always going to be there.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another one that I thought about is, you will not always be in love with your spouse.
Whoa, you got my attention now. What?
You will not always be in love. I will not always be in love with you. I will love you, but there will be times that, y'all, I'm sorry, I got something in my eye. I don't know if it's this hair or what, it's eyelashes, but you will not always be in love with your spouse. As we see those couples who've been together 50, 40 years, you think they've been in love that whole time? No, but they endured, so, but you have to understand, during those times, it doesn't mean you leave. I think that marriage has become such a option now, versus more so for security, that people can be like, I'm out. I don't love you, so I'm gone. But
not the men don't say that shit.
More women than men, but we have to understand that just because you're not in love, you may be going through a rocky time, that don't mean you chuck up the deuces.
No,
you know what I mean?
Especially men ain't gonna do that.
Endure. That's
you leaving 50% of your shit behind. Hold on. Time out. Let's think. Hold on. Let's think this shit. Let's try to work this out.
So yeah, you have to understand that you're not always gonna be in love, and that's just something people don't want to admit to.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a hard one for some women to swallow, some men too.
Whoa.
You might still fancy other people. And when I say fancy, that means you're gonna find other people attractive. That doesn't mean you act on it. But it means just because you got married, your eyes stop working. I still see. You still see. So what I'm saying is you have to understand that just because you got married, that don't mean your husband only got eyes for you. That's a lie if he tell you that, because it's a lie.
Facts right there. You're speaking facts right there. That's
So,
the
but
truth.
it just means that you stay committed to your marriage, and that's just it, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of that, on that kind of subject, one of the ones I got here is I posted in the group that, you know, as time goes on, um, the WAP effect may be decreased in the wife, which is the truth. But you know what? Keep some things bedside.
What's that WAP mean?
We're not gonna go into that because, you know, they want to get dinged. But the opposite of that is for the man too. As he gets older, hey, you know, his man stick may not be ready when it's.
You may have some erectile issues.
Yes, so but there's things to help with that as well. Those are the things that you have to understand, that being together for many, many years, it better not be about love. It better not be about sex.
But that could be a big issue. People think that, you know, if the sex ain't good no more, it's time to bounce. That is gonna happen. It may not get hard. It may not get wet. It may not, you know. So you got that's the truth. You gotta understand.
That's an uncomfortable truth. It is a comfortable truth.
Yeah. So another one that we have to understand is
hold on. We got 5 people in here. We need some more likes.
Give us some likes. Give us some love.
Y'all to go ahead, if y'all be so kind to go ahead and smash that like button, that
or dislike or something.
One of those buttons there, if y'all will. We appreciate that so much. If y'all go ahead and do that, because that means a lot to us.
Thank y'all. We appreciate it.
We appreciate that. Sorry, have to do that.
So another uncomfortable truth we have to realize is our spouse is not perfect.
Right.
Yeah. You know, you have to understand that we all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes. We're not perfect. Sometimes we'll make mistakes a lot of times in a row, but
yeah, hey, you got to learn to live with those flaws. As we said, the 80-20 rule. Okay, you got to deal with that 20% that your partner, you know, whatever those flaws may be. I stopped getting mad at Lamar that he leaves 2 pairs or 3 pairs of shoes at the front door. That is one of his things. Hey, you know what? I deal with it.
That's 80-20, but I'm more, you have to admit, I'm more 95%, 5%.
Whatever. So yeah, I mean, you have to remember that everybody deals with battles, and sometimes those battles shows up as flaws, but it's a partnership, and you just have to.
Ain't no partnership.
Well, it's your team.
Yeah, your team.
And you have to learn how to kind of counsel each other and work through those difficulties.
Yeah. And I'm not really mad at her when she says that. So sometimes you see stuff on video and be like, man, why are you get all mad? But no, some words get to me when referring to marriages and also spouses, which is the word partner and partnership. I don't like that. I'm in partnership with people I work with in business with. My wife is my wife. All right, carry on. My bad.
All right, and we kind of hit on this, and Lamar kind of took it from me when he first got on, but your love will change and evolve over time. You have to understand that statistics shows that 18 months into the marriage, that blissful or that fairy tale feeling goes away. You may never feel that initial high again, and it's okay. It's normal. But you have to understand that marriage is so much bigger than that. Like, it's growing to something so much bigger than that. And yes. I even said before, nothing's changed. It still feels the same way before I got married, but it has. I mean, like, I've never respected another human. Like, it evolved. Like, it's just a whole like, marriage is a different level. You have relationships here, then you have a marriage up here. So it's just a whole nother, it evolves into something beautiful, basically.
It does. So you think about it,
This is your lifelong partner.
lifelong partner. Things happen. Just imagine reality is that your spouse may have a stroke, may be in a car accident, something may happen, and the quality of life that you had and dreamed about later on in life may not happen, and you have to rely on more things than just some of the core things that you thought that marriage is about. Your life and role may change drastically in the blink of an eye, and at the end of the day, you owe it to your spouse to be there.
Yes. Tag. We
kind of took a dark turn down that one. My bad.
Dad,
but that's the uncomfortable truth. My bad. I didn't mean to throw you off. No, you
threw my train of thought off. It was talking about, but it didn't probably come back to me a little bit later. But the last thing that I have is marriage is hard. As again, it's not hard all the time.
No.
But it is hard. You're going to deal with challenges. Of course, you have to fight temptation. Hey, you're going to always see somebody like, ooh, they look nice. But guess what? You got to fight that temptation. You got to remember, if you have kids, that poses an issue, that can make marriage hard.
Yes, especially when they're younger and, or if you have plenty, several children and just life gets in the way. It can be hard managing the day-to-day things that come along with just living and having a family. Those are the hard times, but that's what you signed up for.
And even more so, as we already stated before, it's hard because marriage is seen as an option now. It's not something that a lot of women feel they need. So it makes it that much harder, because it's like one wrong move, I'm up out of here. People feel like, hey, I don't need you. Far as back way long ago was a need and security. So that can make it a lot more challenging.
In reality, yes. Back in 2 generations ago, or a couple of generations ago, people didn't date. They got married. Hey, my daughter is coming of age and your husband seems to be a hardworking man, so on and so forth. But nowadays, especially in our community, I don't need you.
Yeah.
I want you, but I don't need you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't realize that. And I'm here to tell you, I see it in my feed all the time, social media and just in life in general with the line of work I do when I have people in my office. You start getting into your 50s and 60s. Your outlook on what you said, thinking about being by yourself, or I can do it bad by myself. Shit, no. Especially when it comes time to cash out for your retirement. You're like, man, it would have been nice to have an extra $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 to come along with me for the last 20 years to get me through the rest of my life. This damn Social Security ain't shit.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, but anyway.
And the last thing,
not to make a man or a woman to be nothing but money, but at the end of the damn day,
that's what it's about.
Man,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So another thing is, but this I'll wrap it up with this is I think we have unrealistic expectations when it comes to marriage. I think that nobody talks enough about the hard times, the issues that you're gonna face, the rocky time. I think that people expect that, when you get married, that everything is going to be, peaches and
cream, roses and all this.
It's not going to be that. And you just have to learn how to weather the storm and just understand it.
I remember that one storm, I guess it's been 7 years ago, that you created. I didn't have an umbrella big enough for that. It was rough.
Y'all, he's so extra.
It was rough for about.
We went through a rocky. 6
months. I was like, damn,
we didn't know if we were going
tight. God, I'm holding on tight.
We both were holding on tight. We didn't know if we was gonna make it, but we both made a conscious effort that we wanted our marriage, and guess what? We stopped looking at each other and looking at ourselves. We decided to be the change that we wanted to see. And when you do that, that makes a world of a difference. And I promise you, it's got us to 13 years so far.
Yes.
So, yeah.
We did that 10-year challenge, and I was like, man, you look back, it's like time fly. But hey, we've been talking a lot. So
yes.
So Kimberly said 80-20 rule, challenging, parenting, spouse parenting, still living, that are declining in health. Yes. So we want to hear and get your input on the for the show tonight. You're more than welcome to join us live via audio or by video. So what we're going to do is just take a short break. When we come back, we're going to touch on a few other topics. If we have some people to come in, that'd be fantastic.
Well, we not necessarily break, but just a few.
Yeah. My bad. I'll say that, and then it kind of throws everybody off. Not a break. It's just a little 30-second interlude.
30-second interlude.
Maybe even less time than that.
I'm just going to change over to my question.
All right. So if you want, like I said, the actual link to chat, I'm going to hit it one more time inside the chat. The link to join us is in there. If you want to join in, you're more than, oh man. Yeah, there we go. And we will see y'all in about 20 seconds. Hey, y'all. And I was telling back here. Man, I got, oh, look at that. Oh,
he's so childish. I want to cut the electronics.
Well, yeah, I'm learning more and more steps of this software. Just since I'm the producer and have the host too.
So I'm just gonna ask some questions. You guys feel free to comment in the comment section, and we'll also answer as we go along. So, do you welcome uncomfortable conversations? So, comment below. Do you welcome uncomfortable conversations? What about you, Lamar Lacey?
Hold on, I'm gonna try something. What's that question? Do you
welcome uncomfortable conversations?
Do you welcome uncomfortable conversations? We asked that in the group, and it was kind of split. Mostly, most people said that they do welcome those tough conversations. So here's the question. Do you welcome uncomfortable conversation? I didn't. And I must admit, prior to probably about the last 5 years, I've did not welcome uncomfortable conversations.
So y'all, this is how I used to have to do Lamar. If I needed to talk to him about something serious, I wouldn't tell him in advance, because Lamar's not the type of person that you could tell him in advance, hey, I want to have a talk with you. Because
that's most men. Yeah, you might as well say shit. That is most. If there's any brothers in there watching, back me up on this. We don't want to hear at 12 o'clock while we're at work, and we're at work till 6 p.m. that was something to talk about. The rest of the day is trash.
Yeah, when I need to talk to him, I just wait till he gets home or get settled in, because if I tell him that,
it's toast.
Yeah, his mood changes.
And what do? You welcome the uncomfortable conversations yourself?
I do welcome uncomfortable conversations. I may not always be so receptive of them. I can probably be defensive sometimes, and I'm working on that. But I depending on what the topic is, but I do welcome them because I know that they're necessary to produce change. So
that's correct.
Get with that.
Yeah.
That was my second question. How do you initiate uncomfortable conversation? So my initiation is, I don't say anything. I just wait until, he gets home and just say, hey, babe, you got 5 minutes or whatever, so we can just talk. So, how do you initiate uncomfortable conversation? I don't think you've ever just pre.
I don't. I don't say it in advance. I actually, as you probably see, I kind of spring it on you. And if you see some misspells in there, what are the questions? Sorry, my bad. But no, I don't try to pick the perfect time. I just try to narrow down a good time to talk. And I've thrown you off kilter sometimes, a few more than a few times. Just saying, what in the world?
What Lamar is notorious for is he'll wait till I have some feedback or have some concern to be like, oh, by the way, he's good for that. He'll kind of wait, pull it out his back pocket on me.
I'm gonna pull out one of those. Y'all, the women always use. I'm a work in progress.
We got Shantae that says,
Shantae says,
that's true.
Thank you, Miss Shantae. Welcome. Good to see you this evening. Thank you. All right, what's the next question?
So, hey, y'all, comment below. The next question is, what is an example of an uncomfortable truth to you?
What is an example?
Mm-hmm. And it could be something that we already mentioned of. What is an example of an uncomfortable truth to you?
Yeah, I know I can't type on about 3 words per minute. And excuse me if I mess up some of these.
Just post it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's a free show, damn it.
What about your beard situation? You talking about it's okay to cut it?
Hell yeah. This is my beard, my face. I own it. And if I want to cut it, I can cut it. Come on now. Not on TV. But no, what is an example of uncomfortable?
As I said before, test my gangster.
Yeah. Anyway.
I wish he would come home with that beard cut off and we ain't had no conversation about it. We're going to have a situation, but.
Before I was so rudely interrupted. What's an example of an uncomfortable truth to me? Oh, that's a tough one. The uncomfortable truth. Uncomfortable truth is, you know what? I'm going to get old one day. I'm going to get old one day and I have a 9-year lead on you. And shit. It was all cool 10 years ago. But goddamn. No.
That is.
You get older one day and life is going to change for you. But you know what? If you hang on to those core principles that we talk about that really leave you fulfilled or give you a really good marriage, then we'll be all right. What about yourself? What is an example of uncomfortable truth to you?
Is I had to recently learn, and this was just recently, is we don't deserve anything. We have to earn. A lot of people think we deserve. No, you have to earn it.
That's true. And the more
nothing comes free.
Nothing is free. Nothing of value comes easy. You don't deserve shit in this world. I didn't realize that until I got older. Because as you're growing up, if you listen to medium people, you hear that a lot. Well, I deserve this or I deserve that. No, we don't deserve nothing. You
earn it.
You earn it. Everything that you want. And I see this sometimes.
And I think that we would be better off as humans if we understood that you have to put in work for what you want or what you desire.
I see on Facebook feed sometimes with, the men aren't as vocal as the women are on it, but say, I deserve a good man. And you know what? I may take a little heat to this. No, you don't. I don't deserve a good woman. I earned that. You have to earn it. Nothing's going to come to you by just existing. You got to go get it. Okay. Marriage doesn't owe you a thing. Yep, you're right about that. Doesn't owe you a damn thing.
So true. That is so true.
Man, sometimes you just got to be real with yourself and real with life.
Yeah. That'd be another, you do. It's uncomfortable, but it's a conversation. I mean, it's just, truth is the truth. And sometimes we just got
sometimes truth hurt.
As they say, sometimes the truth hurt. Okay, this is a good one, y'all. Type your answer. Do you think it is okay for your spouse to fantasize about someone else during sex?
Oh, I ain't gonna even put that in there. That's a tough one there.
So y'all be honest. Do you think it is okay? Or do you think your spouse has ever fantasized about somebody else doing sex?
Damn, I don't even know if I should answer that one. But I mean, let's be honest. Sierra then showed up in the bedroom once time or two.
She showed up in the bedroom.
Yes, yeah. You know, the singer, she just showed up into the bedroom one time or two.
I thought you weren't going to answer.
Huh?
But yes, it is. I mean, I think it's Shantae said, hell no. Damn, hell no. All right, so Shantae, I don't know where your husband is. Is he sitting beside you? And I don't know if he's gonna be honest, but I could promise you he probably done fantasized.
Hey, this is, you know, somebody then popped in to, I'm pretty sure Idris Elba or somebody, or the guy at the gym
Queen
or something.
Sugar guy. What's his name? What's his name? Y'all know my guy from Queen Sugar. Damn, that's because I trying to think of him.
I know his name, but I ain't gonna say it. Because that's rude. That's damn rude.
So yes, you do. I mean, but you know who gonna finish the job, so it don't matter.
That's right. Like, boy, I forget what his name is. You may remember his name that posted, says, "Hey, it's cool if you think about somebody else, as long as I get to finish."
You're right.
Hey, give it up for that. There.
And Sierra said it is. She thinks it's okay.
Yes. It's just, it's natural.
I mean, it's just part of the, you know, as I said before, just because you get married don't mean they have eyes for no one else.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this uncomfortable truth too. This is something it may be a little controversial, but you know, it's hard for one woman to fully satisfy.
Oh, absolutely.
A man, just because of genetic, biology. So his mind will wander sometimes, but that actually helps him perform in the bedroom. So, you know, that's why in a lot of different countries, as long as a man could take care of them, as many wives as he could take care of, because but anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But let's move on. Did you have another? I think you got one more. Don't forget, if you want to join us before we get out of here in just a couple of moments, the link to join is in the actual chat. You're more than welcome to click it and join in just by audio, or you may join in by video chat as well, bring you in real time.
All right. And do you believe you will fall in and out of love in your marriage?
Yes. So I think there's a distinction here. Read that again. Do you believe you will fall in and out of love in your marriage? Yes. I believe you will, for the most part, most of the time, 80% of the time, you will love your spouse. You'll fall in and out of that kind of loving feeling every now and then. You may go some period of time where you just can't stand your spouse, your wife, or your husband.
I always love them, but you're gonna, you know, how that
but not be in love and all that kind of fun stuff.
So Shantae said he is right. He is right here. Did he answer the question? What was his response?
Yeah, what was his response? You know,
I'm curious.
Yeah, what's your name again? Shantae. I can't see it.
Oh, I keep saying Shantae, but am I pronouncing it wrong?
Yeah, it's Shantae. Shantae. Let us know if he's right there. What's his thought? I mean, has SZA made a appearance in his mind at one time when, you know, he was trying to get, you know, things done? That was my, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's almost a little natural. But what's your take on that? Do you believe you will fall in and out of love in your marriage?
Absolutely. I think that's the only way people stay married so long. I mean, you're just gonna have rocky times. You're not always gonna like each other, but you stick it out. You ride. You stick it out
for the greater good. I'm telling you, there ain't nothing out here in these streets.
Ain't nothing out here.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to choose your battles and choose your heart, as you say. He said, no, he don't.
Okay. Well, hey,
I don't believe him, but whatever.
No, we can't say we don't believe him.
No, I can say that. I can believe
because you're a man.
Yeah, I can believe, but no.
But no, you gotta respect that.
I respect that. I respect it. All jokes aside, I respect that. What's the last one?
That was it.
No, it was one under there. Oh no, you wrote it kind of twice.
Yeah, it's the
same. I'm looking at it kind of twice, but yeah. So, Uncomfortable truths. I think this has been a good discussion as far as maybe even start a discussion after the show is over with your spouse about some of the tough things that you may been have encountered on your own or encountered in the marriage. And maybe that this is a good time that we've started a conversation for you to take a moment and speak to your spouse about something that may be uncomfortable to talk about.
And even like what we did the show is where you gotta talk about your spouse will always be with you, you know?
Yes, that's another thing. Look,
you may leave this earth before your spouse.
One of us gonna check out.
So
the
that's
chances
an
of you.
uncomfortable truth. So you have to talk about things that's related to that as well.
Yes, we talked about. We had a show on that about at the time of have you prepared for your departure? Because 9 times out of 10, one's gonna go before the other. Are you gonna leave them problems, or are you gonna leave them with a lot of help on closing things out for you? You just don't want that kind of stuff out there hanging. I'm glad you brought that up.
So, yeah.
All right. So, hey, we thank y'all for joining us tonight. We got something exciting coming up next month. I'll just kind of drop. We've been asked to broadcast the show in a lot larger forum coming next month on a couple of occasions. So we're looking forward to that in the first and second week, around the second week of February, just in front of Valentine's Day. So we're going to have something really, really special. I will say, for people who are watching this, who have been with us for a while, what we do may be not necessarily a little controversial, but it will be a little bit triggering. And there's a method behind it. So just understand that there's a method to the madness, but we are looking forward to it. And if you will, once you leave tonight, if you will take the moment and invite 3 couples, if you haven't already. If you have, go ahead and invite 3 more.
Oh, let me say this. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to invite a married couple. We're also looking for you to invite someone who's been in a long-term relationship or looking to be married here soon. So it could be somebody that's engaged or something like that, or somebody that's looking for some guidance that we all can, throw out some advice to. So, yeah.
Yes, because we got some coming up. Since it's coming up on Valentine's Day, we're going to have a week coming up for singles. We might as well go ahead and drop that.
Single. Oh.
You married us. Boy, don't give me a bad. Anyway, we're gonna have singles week where we're gonna have you invite singles in and have topics related to for singles that are trending or looking to possibly get married. So we are looking forward to that. So we really, really thank y'all for joining us this evening. And
knock knock.
Who's there?
I'll say
who?
Yes, they do.
All right, y'all. Hey, thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. It's been a pleasure. If you will, after you get done, go ahead and send out those invites. We will really, really appreciate it. We'll see y'all next Thursday, and we are out.